Close your eyes. Let your mind take control. And turn your brain into a dance floor. Start the drums.
Building drum sequence.
Add the bass line. Create the melody.
Melody programmed.
Now add the people.
Global crowd selection online. Enter access code to share. FSOE. Access granted.
This is A State of Trance podcast with Armin and Bjorn.
Congratulations to Toby Hedges, the winner of the recent remix contest of Love Survives, a track by Tenishia and Ruben Ronde and Shannon Hurley. Great remix, man. This week, new music by Ali and Fila with Bjorn Akesson, Giuseppe Ottaviani, The Future Favorite by Tony Nesse, and a great classic by Orjan Nilsen. But first, the biggest trance producer in Estonia, Beat Service. Here's his remix of Markus, Schulz and Diaz, Nothing Without Me. just heard Sand Theme in the Chris Schweizer remix, crowned as Tune of the Week in last week's A State of Trance episode, the anthem of the celebrations of 250 episodes of the Future Sound of Egypt, the radio show of Ali and Fila. Gotta love the basses dropping harder than Felix Baumgartner during his free fall from outer space. Up next is one of the most popular tracks of last episodes. Make sure to check out the video on YouTube. Here is Giuseppe Ottaviani's new one with Amba Shepherd on vocals. Lost for Words in the on-air mix.
State of Trance radio show. This is the State of Trance podcast.
I'm lost for words, the truth hurts. Behind walls of silence where I am caught. I'm lost for words, the truth hurts. The times I have the most to say are the times I can't talk.
more info, check astateoftrance.com. This is A State of Trance podcast.
Last week's future favorite, the most popular track, as voted by you guys on facebook.com/A State of Trance official. Tonny Nesse, Hole in the Sky in the Arctic Moon remix. You're listening to the State of Trance podcast. Let me know what you think of this show. Send me an email with requests or shouts or anything you'd like to share. Armin at astateoftrance.com. Dilara from Ankara, Turkey shouts out to Trance of Ankara, the group. And he requested this week's A State of Trance classic. Here's Orjan Nilsen, So Long Radio.
Only for the State of Trance podcast.
Classic.
Thank you for your request, Dilara. If you want to hear your classic on this podcast, email me, Armin at astateoftrance.com. That's it for this week. Before we close down the episode, I want to remind you for the voting of this year's Tune of the Year. What tracks were your absolute favorite of 2012? Go to astateoftrance.com and click Vote. If you want to hear the full episodes of A State of Trance, go to arminradio.com for Spotify. Speak to you next week for a new podcast.
For more info and previous editions of the podcast, visit arminradio.com or youtube.com/Armin van Buuren. Until next time.